I'm here in Deloraine with Doug Westbrook, and we're going to have a bit of a chat. Can you tell me a bit about your life? I'm just interested. Because I detected a slight New Zealand accent.
I came over in 1977, which back in the 70s a lot of Kiwis were moving. I'm sure there's a lot of Australians too, but yeah, I was actually a high country fencer in the South Island of New Zealand.
Okay, which part?
In Kaikoura.
Okay.
North of Christchurch.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite parts of the South
Beautiful,
Island.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Nelson, but then we got a big contract on a big station. And unfortunately, after about a year and a half on that station, we had a big accident. We rolled over 400 feet down over a cliff, mountainside. I woke up 2 weeks later in Christchurch Hospital, but I survived. And yes, just kept playing rugby, which the doctor said I shouldn't, but anyhow I did. And the last area I played for in North Canterbury, we had 6 All Blacks playing in our competition, so it was one of the top competition areas in New Zealand. So I was pretty proud of myself to make that team.
That's very impressive.
So then one day I got coming down a mountainside and I said, no, stuff this. We're going to go to Australia. My sister was over here and she said, come to Aussie. So I went to Tassie, so we come to Tassie. And I got a job in the first week of selling cars for Fairford in Burnie. And then I become the West Coast rep for Fairford, and that's where I met my wife. We've been together 47 years, have 2 boys, and I had a previous marriage. I had a girl and a boy to a previous marriage who all live in Tasmania. So then I got into real estate in 87 for Roberts, who at that time was a fantastic company, SLR, fantastic company, but then they were really booming.
And was this also in Burnie?
No, this was in Devonport. We moved to Sheffield. We
Yeah.
had a shop in Sheffield, milk bar takeaway. Then the guy that sold us the shop said, why don't you get into real estate? So I did, and I did really well in real estate. But then in 2008, we were outside having a barbecue with a few friends and had a few wines, and my wife happened to mention that the Mole Creek Hotel was up for lease, and she was working at the Mole Creek supermarket at the time. And so we came over and had to talk to the owners, and 6 weeks later we were in the hotel. So we thought, oh yeah, 3 years. Be right, 3 years, but 3 years become 17 and a half years. COVID slowed things up a little bit, but we survived that pretty well.
What were some of the challenges early on? Did you make many changes?
We did, because it was only open about 2 or 3 hours a day. And so we had to get it started all over again. We got a lot of help. We decided to feature the Tasmanian tiger because no one else did. And I think it was 1999, my wife actually saw one because we lived in Sheffield, and she saw one when she was coming back from the supermarket. And that was recorded. That was a pretty possible sight, definitely. When she came home, I just completed the triple top mountain run over Mount Roland, Mount Cord, so I was pretty at it. And she came in and she looked like a ghost. She'd seen a ghost, and I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Just seen a tiger." Sorry, I'm not on radio.
You're right.
So then she said, "Come on." We had a book on Tassie tigers. She said, "Yeah, that's what I saw." So then she said, "Come on, let's go back." So we went back, but obviously it's not going to be hanging around waiting for us to come back. So that we kept an interest in the sightings of Tassie tiger, and we got to know Trudy Richards and Joe Parsons, who at that time were the big tiger hunters. So they did have a few things on the tiger in the hotel, but then we got a lot more, and then we got a phone call from Tasmanian Tourist Association, or Bureau, and they had a film documentary coming through. So we said, yeah, let's do it. So we did it. And then it became, like, we had 15 international documentaries done at the hotel.
Wow.
So it really put the hotel on the international market. One of the greatest guys was Forrest Galanti.
Okay.
He's from California, and he does a lot of write-ups for extinct animals that found again. He was in Animal Planet.
Okay.
Did a big feature there. So he came over with his team, about 10, there's 10 of them, and they stayed at the hotel for 8 days and did filming, and they did a film out the Gog where Ramona saw it.
Yeah, okay.
So that really made us, there's something in this. So we did that.
You rolled with it, and that really
just
helped
kept
bring
coming,
in.
and people kept coming, and they still are, keep coming.
Where do many people come from? Is there
all
specific
over the world.
areas?
Amazing, all over the world.
Okay.
To come to Mole Creek,
Yeah.
like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we met some fantastic people. So that's why we kept it going, and that's why it's just, we went from next door to nothing to a turnover of $2 million a year.
It's
For
an
a little
incredible
pub,
effort.
it's pretty good. And then we'd only been in it, the pub, a few months, and I've always wanted to do music festival. I'm not a musician, but I love music, and I love it. And when I grew up in the years of Woodstock, '69, and I always said, how good would that be? And it was always stuck me. So anyway, a couple of guys there played in bands, and we said, let's do it. We started the Day at the Creek Music Festival, which it took, when we got to know John English really well, he came several times, and Ronnie Burns, and Lee Kernighan's sister, I forgot her name, yeah. You know, she came several times. And John English was just such a great guy. He was so normal. He just loved people. He loved the kids. And we still think he's one of the greatest guys we ever met. And we raised a lot of money for Rotary. Without Rotary, we couldn't have never been that big. John Deere and his team, Deloraine Rotary.
Yeah, okay.
And then we got Donna and Russell Green. They allowed us to have camping on their paddock opposite the pub.
Yeah.
So all that money went to Rotary. So we had men's health, we had women's gynecological causes.
Yeah.
So we just picked on whatever Rotary was doing.
Yeah.
Because they helped us so much.
Yeah. What year was the first Day at the Creek?
It didn't happen the first time. It was about the second one, or third one we started. When we started to get a little bit big and we needed extra room for camping, and that's when it happened. But one day I was sitting under the magnolia tree at the back of the hotel with Ronnie Boone. This is name dropping, like Ronnie Boone and John English, because they were so just normal people when you get to know them. And John English was a chain smoker, and he was chain smoking all the time. Anyhow, they said, it's going to take you at least 8 or 9 years to make a profit. And I said, bullshit. I've been in sales for 20 years, I know about it. And they said, no, this is the music industry. That was about year 5, I think it was, year 6. Anyhow, year 9 I rang him, and I said, year 8 I rang him, I said, you're a little bit out. I said, I made a profit year 8, $300.
It's a win.
But people didn't realise how much it cost to put on, to organise. And that wasn't counting, taking any money for my time or anything. It was just, it cost about $150 to put it on.
Wow.
150,000 to put it on.
Well, to get everyone involved and tick all the boxes.
And just flying the groups over and accommodation.
Yeah.
But it was so fantastic. It was to get 2,000 people there, we're standing on the stage, and just see all, because it was all for we aimed it as the baby boomers, because the young people have concerts everywhere. So that we named it like we did it for just the groups, the old groups.
Yeah, service that is in demand.
Yeah,
for
tribute
people
bands. Yeah, that's what we did, the tribute bands, and it was fantastic. And when I got up there, and you see all these people having such a wonderful time. And I've got a few tapes. The best tape I've got, my favourite, is the Blues Brothers doing their gig on stage, and it's just, and everyone, it looks like there's 10,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great.
And that's probably the greatest, the thing I'll probably miss having that. Although my wife said you was crazy when, for the 3 or 4 months leading up to the show, she said you couldn't talk because I had so much organising phones going. But yeah, it was good.
I imagine juggling pub, event. Yeah. How do you have any time for anything else?
Oh, there wasn't much, no. But a couple of times we raffled 2 Harley Davidsons.
Oh, yeah.
And they were fantastic. And we raised each time raised about, I think it was about 65,000.
Wow.
Yeah, for Men's Health. And we got the docs on wheels, the whole group of doctors on motorbikes, they come in from the mainland.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And they all had they were for Men's Health. Oh, that was for the Men's Health one. That was great, yeah.
And back into real estate after you sold up, was it last
year?
year?
Yeah, we sold up. Yeah, I was always in June last year, due the 19th. So it was 17 years, 5 months and 1 day.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, because you said COVID was difficult, but you did okay.
What's that?
COVID during
during
COVID,
because I COVID.
Yeah, I know. I spoke to another business recently that said that it's about 90% drop off over COVID.
But well, what we did, like my wife and I, we opened it 5 days a week. Monday and Tuesday we'd have off, and we'd only open for takeaways only.
Yeah.
And a bit of food like pizzas and that. My wife did. It was only myself and her that did it.
Yeah.
But weekly total would be equal to 1 day, say like a Tuesday, like 3,500 for the world. But it didn't matter because the Greens who own the hotel, they said don't pay the lease because I think the government was paying them too. I think there was some businesses like that.
Yeah. They
were getting looked after, which was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I give it to the government and to the premiers. Got one and the next one that took over. The stress they must have been under. Yeah.
Was it challenging? Was it challenging finding staff and people to work at the pub? Obviously, like you said, Mole Creek is not necessarily super easy to get to. Yeah. How did that work?
We used a lot of locals, and a couple of ladies come from Deloraine. I think we had 2 couple from Sheffield.
Yeah.
But it's a changing thing, like people, because hospitality has a fairly high turnover, but so we had some locals that stay with us all the time, right through.
Yeah. Testament to
so it is challenging because everyone thinks it's so easy just to serve a beer and that, but there's so many other things because you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
And not everyone's the same.
Yes.
But yeah, we did. The worst time was like after COVID. We had all our locals, but if we wanted some other ones, it was a bit. And it got harder as we went. Like even the last 2 years, it was harder to get really good people to serve behind a bar. It is pretty. It's a challenging job. It was challenging for me. My job had a bit of a kiff. I gave it to some of the guys that were really smart. I used to give it right back to them. Full bore, yeah, especially bringing up my heritage. Some of the things you had to say, but anyway.
Oh, you would have been you would have met a whole bunch of different people, massive characters, and
I met some fantastic people. Yeah.
And now back to real estate.
Yep, it's good. It's exciting. Real estate has changed so much. Like it's really boomed. When I was there, the prices have gone up probably 7 times since I left in 2008. Between 5 to 7 times. It's huge.
You're doing commercial and residential?
I do the whole lot, yeah. I mean, the first property I listed was their old shop in Sheffield. Unbelievable, yeah.
How do you think the market is now in the general area?
Look, people are still coming. Tassie has finally been discovered and people are still coming. The amount of the main, we'll call them Australians, they're coming to Tassie, they're finding, because they just want an easy way of living, and it's nice. Look at the weather we're getting now. Okay, we get the cold weather, but then we get this weather.
Yeah. It's much better than mid-40s or whatever it is.
Look at what they're getting up there now.
Yeah. What are people looking for? What kind of properties
Like
do
everyone, they're looking at the normal little houses or building blocks. Then I've had different people looking at farms, and I've just listed a big farm up in the Tone.
Okay. Is that a cropping?
340 acres, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what people are looking at, any sort of building. Yeah. They're looking at towns like Deloraine, country towns that have got full service. Like Delorane's so lucky. It's got good doctors, good dentists, good schools.
Yeah. Decent, and
good
banks
shopping,
that are open and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think real estate, you mentioned it has changed a bit, I still imagine it's still quite relationship based and developing networks and making sure you get out in the community?
That's what it's about, knowing, and I suppose it's about experience, and I'm fortunate to have over 20 years in real estate. Now I've had nearly 20 years in hospitality and businesses, but my wife and I have owned 2 businesses before that, so we know how things work, and we've been people orientated all my life. So.
How do you think people find you? Why do they go to you, and what sort of skills really makes a good real estate agent?
I guess it's all about lots about experience. I don't know. I come from a big family of 11 kids, so I'm people orientated, and it's just about helping people find what they need and what they want.
Customer service, trying to align.
Just present them what they want and what they can afford. It's just, I guess it's just me, the way I grew up. Not bad for an old stutterer, was it? So my wife said, once you stop stuttering, you couldn't stop you talking.
What are your plans from here?
The plans is to, just to carry on.
Get more listings.
And especially going to give people of Meander Valley an option. And because I've learned to love Meander Valley after being 17.5 years in the hotel. Fantastic area. So,
excellent.
And I'm just, I live in Sheffield, so it's only 10 minutes over or 20 minutes over the hill, so it's really...
Not too far away at all.
No. We've built up a lot of relationships through the pub, and
I just bumped into someone out on the street.
So the Empire.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and we bank, I reckon this Bendigo Bank is the best bank in Tasmania. The other Bendigo Bank's branches can't match this one here.
It's a very good group doing the work here, and what they've been able to contribute in the communities. Yeah, pretty exceptional.
No, I reckon we're so lucky to have it. Yeah, they tried it in Sheffield, but it didn't work. Yeah, they had the wrong staff. As soon as I saw the manager, I thought, nah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, staff is so key to make an enterprise work.
Oh, they are. Yeah. But I'm really excited to get back into real estate, and already it's just I suppose it's because and who people trust you.
And if someone's interested in getting an idea on selling their place, they would call you or visit your website.
Call me. Yeah.
Yep.
Call me on the phone number, and I can pop over and we can have a chat. And Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I was surprised at how quick I got listings, and that's the big thing. It's who you know.
Yeah.
You know? Especially because I'm not with a big company. We're like this local company, which is the based in Burnie, but now that's the thing that's changed now since I left. Is it most of real estate's on the internet, and people just go on their phones now. It's on the phone, so it really doesn't matter. You don't have to have an office.
Yeah.
And before I used to have an office in every little town, like Roberts used to. You know?
Yeah.
But you don't have to now.
Yes, technology.
Yeah, it's amazing. My wife says, you're always on the phone. And then, I think it was last Saturday or Sunday, we were out driving, she said, your phone's not ringing. I said, no one loves me today. Yeah.